What are you absolutely certain of, despite not having a shred of proof? Ghosts and spirits. I have some proof to myself, but it's not materialistic, so I can't really display it to anyone. But I've had very bizarre things regarding deceased loved ones happen to me. I talked about my grandfather inside of his house after he passed. The lights would flicker, or the AC would get extremely noisy, or the curtains would start flowing intensely if the windows were open. It did all stop immediately as soon as I finished saying whatever sentence I spoke. THT involved the word grandpa. May not be much to others, but is much to me. Donald Trump did not get COVID in October 2020. He faked it, thinking it would garner him sympathy and votes. He announced that he had COVID a day and a half after having a bad debate with Biden, in which Biden dismissed him and told him to shut up, and Trump looked bad. Then, magically, less than 2 days later, he catches this virus while he was touting it as no big deal for months. Give me a break. He faked getting COVID and still lost the election because he is a sheesty piece of shit. I wish he really did get COVID. Spotify's randomizer is weighted, and it has something to do with algorithms and record label contracts. I know true random is unpredictable, but that's exactly it. There's too much consistency. A chart-topping song will play in each of 3 different shuffles. And I've had this phenomenon occur multiple times, and it's always popular music. I have over 2,000 songs liked. I'm more likely to get struck by lightning if that's true random. The Mandela effect is a real fracturing of the nature of reality. The effect is dismissed as false memories. I remember the incident very clearly. Me, as a kid, reading the front of the book Mrs. Summers, you said Stain. This says Stein. Yes. I know. Some people have a particular pronunciations for their name. In this particular case it's spelt Stein but pronounced Dane. A lot of the natural medicine blogs were co-opted by the Internet Research Agency as part of their throw everything at the wall and see what sticks approach. TION at distrusts the institutions of Western medicine, which is easy. If you've had bad care from an uncaring doctor, provides another backdoor to distrusting the institutions of Western governments. Lee Harvey Oswald was, as he insisted, a patsy, and the US Gov absolutely played a major role in the Kennedy assassination, and he knew he was set up to take the fall for it. Also, I'm likely not going to respond to comments because I truly just don't have that much social energy. So I apologize if I just don't reply to any direct comments. I'm tired and busy. That the Christian religion is total bullshit. Humans are actually aliens, which is why planet Earth goes to shit with us here. We might actually be artificial intelligence, even though we are biological life forms. Imagine if Earth was just a single megabyte of RAM in an entire universe with limitless access memory. Michael Jordan didn't retire from basketball to chase his dream of being a baseball player. Ended for gambling, but the NBA saw the black eye Major League Baseball received over the Pete Rose gambling situation. So they made it hush-hush about Jordan's suspension, so the NBA wouldn't take a hit. That elections in the USA are carnival events to keep the masses from rioting. It's media, bread and circus. On the grand scale of time, the elections are meaningless, since they affect not the embedded bureaucracy for close to 100 years now, nor affect not the military-industrial complex. Not absolutely certain, but believing more and more quantum immortality. Essentially the idea that you'll never experience your own death, because in every instance where you could die, the universe splits, and you continue on in the universes where you survived. Up single-family homes in high-value markets for several times the market value, and the effect of that trickled out from these markets to make home ownership unaffordable for all generations to come. Our whole politico-economic system is on the brink of collapse. I don't have proof of it, but many hints tend to show that we are heading that way at a quick pace. The climate, mental health of most people, increased number of burnouts, inflation, etc. That's somewhere out there. There's a sock dimension where all the missing socks go. It's the only explanation for why you put 2 socks in the dryer, and only one comes out. Where's the other one? It's chilling in the sock dimension, obviously. Trump is compromised by Putin, beholden to favor Zod. A P-tape and all manipulation by ego. Oh, and suddenly, he's getting re-elected by short-sighted Americans who will shoot themselves in the face over Palestine. Dictatorship, here we come. That's Steve Harvey announcing the wrong Miss Universe, and next year Oscars announcing the wrong movie, where publicity stunts. It's so obvious. And my only proof is that both happened so close. Also, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Every AAA game company is in a massive conspiracy to make people hate gamers, like in the late 90s. I'm making all well-known games complete woke garbage for a modern audience that doesn't exist. Edit except ghost ship games. This is hard for me to say. But here goes. I firmly believe that my mother had an extra detachable eye. And either she could stick on us, unseen. The things that this woman somehow knew. When we were kids growing up, what? This one works. I think. I've practiced perfect pitch, and I've heard noticeable differences in the texture and warmth of different notes. But I have no way to demonstrate it. F is prickly. Eb sounds very dull. Of is mellow. That my sweet, innocent, shy dog is a diabolical mastermind who creates scenarios that get my hyperactive dog into trouble in order to maintain his favorite title among friends and family. I've seen some things. Poor Wendy. Babies are born omniscient. They are moody because they are experiencing the universe. Their minds rapidly deteriorate, so by the time they can form memories and talk, they have lost their omniscience. In the Ravens vs. Texans playoff game this last season, Lamar Jackson had a huge shit on deck, and once he ditched it at halftime, he was able to play without clenching his cheeks, which is why they won. True communists aren't just communists because they don't understand the basic principles of how an economy works. They're communists because they're genuinely evil and want to enslave people. Madonna was a result of that zeitgeist. Her voice is nothing special. She can barely sing and has no songwriting skills. So she's famous for a comb bra and Truth or Dare. The CIA murdered Frank Olson. The Republicans are purposefully trying to destroy our agricultural systems in the US. I have a theory on why, but I am less certain of that. Admiral Kogar didn't die in a March typhoon because March typhoons almost never happen. He died due to mechanical failure, and the typhoon story was all about saving face. That aliens have visited Earth. I don't think they stuck around and built shit. But they probably either did some advanced scouting or came by on accident. Nothing. I will not claim certainty without proof. I can get to 99. But you gotta leave room for error. Otherwise, it's not actually certainty. Human life is an illusion, and the function of the illusion is to wake us back up and make us appreciate anew the oneness of all things. That every negative thought I have about myself is true, and that every positive thing that people say about me are blatantly untrue. I don't think it was Shohei Ohtani's translator who had the $16 million gambling habit. As long as we're on the sports kick here, I'm pretty sure my neighbor's cat is secretly plotting world domination. It's all in the disdainful way she watches the news. Black Death wasn't Yersinia pestis spread by rodents and fleas. It was something much scarier than that. That this is all there is to the universe. Life is a freak chemical accident and we're hopelessly alone. That you're a bot account because this question's been asked multiple times in just the last few days. I'm pretty sure my socks run away on their own because there's no way I lose that many in the laundry. We landed on the moon. To many people involved, somebody would have cracked by now if it was faked. There's a woman out there who I would find beautiful and who would marry me. I just can't find her. There is one greater power above us all. No way all the entirety of everything came from nothing. Aliens exist. I DC if they are ugly plant monsters or squid people. They exist somehow. Somewhere. UFOs are extraterrestrial in origin, but they're just survey drones from far-flung civilizations. A lot of Republican politicians are receiving money from foreign governments, including Russia. Next year, The Leafs will be knocked out of the playoffs by the Bruins in the first round. My dog can understand English, but I can't understand barks. I think she's smarter than me. Stuff with multi-dimensions and alternative universes. Everything is happening every time. Aliens, it's ridiculous if you think we're the only intelligent beings in this universe. Something that now seems paranormal or supernatural will one day be proven real. Garbage trucks have loud brakes to give us one last chance to get the bins out. Other beings exist. There's no way we're the only beings in the entire universe. I'm certain there's more to this world than meets the eye, even without proof that the designs for Butterfree and Venomoth were switched during development. Men think about being with every woman they meet, especially all my friends. Multiverse, parallel universe, past lives, astral projections type stuff. There's a lot more in the historic past of humanity than we are aware of. We all see colors different. Your blue could be why I see as my red. All road congestion, gridlock and traffic is caused by one person. Trump sold those classified docs he took to the highest bidders. COVID was not some accidental release of a virus being studied. My downstairs neighbor is smoking cigarettes in his unit. My wife's cousin's husband is an undercover CIA agent. We were made in a lab by the Anunnaki in their image. Some form of consciousness survives the body's death. How Canadian weather suffering from bipolar disorder. I'm absolutely sure that Big Brother is watching me. Every country has ninjas. Japan's are just shitty.